What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist here with the one, the only
Gersh1.
And today we're back at it again to give you guys more answers because you guys have given us your questions in another episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get those questions first. Also, if you want to support the channel, if you enjoy listening to us talk about 40K, you can support us by giving us a super thanks. If you do, you will lead the next greater WAAAGH and you will be forever part of this series. And that question comes from
Eschatonin6666. The question is, in an alternate reality, how would the Primarchs and Space Marine Legions look if the opposite Primarchs and Legions went traitor or loyalist? Taking into the account the Primarch special gifts, the Legion tactics, and any hints about loyalists having a potential for corruption by certain Chaos Gods.
This could be a video all on its own, and we've talked about this in the past. Eventually, we should just create a video of like what it would be like. But I think we can pinpoint what loyalist would be to what god. When you look at the loyalists, I feel like Ferrus Manus would be Khorne. Tzeentch would probably be... Tzeentch is like kind of the changer. So like, what's the Raven Guard dude?
Corvus Corax.
Corvus Corax would make more sense. He also has that avian concept. And then for Nurgle, I feel like the grimiest loyalist Primarch would be Jagatai Khan. Because like that savagery of just like her. And then, who am I missing? Slaanesh?
Slaanesh, yeah.
Someone who's like really about their thing, Sanguinius.
See, I want to agree with those. However, when you're looking into the novels, especially during the Heresy, you see that Khorne is incredibly greedy. Khorne has always said that he wanted Sanguinius.
Yeah.
When Sanguinius is fighting against Angron, he's beating the out of Angron, to the point where even like within the novel itself, Khorne said the ferocity, the might, the rage of Sanguinius has been unparalleled, and he would have wanted Sanguinius to be his follower instead of that of Angron. So that's pretty crazy. And then in The End and the Death Volume 1, we see that when Rogel Dorn is about to be teleported onto the Vengeful Spirit to fight against Chaos and Horus and all that, he actually gets teleported to a different dimension or like a pocket area of just a bunch of like sand, and he's traveling through these sands for, it seems like, years. And during this whole entire episode, he's basically being tormented and whispered in his ear by Khorne, taunting him to join Chaos, taunting him to join Khorne, and that he'll help him escape this sandy prison. So here we have two instances of loyalists that are being kind of eased into the ire of the Chaos Gods, Khorne specifically.
Yeah. That would be... I think so. It would make more sense for Sanguinius to be a Khorne worshiper. Rogel Dorn, I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see Dorn either. So it was very interesting to hear and see that in that passage in the novel.
Yeah, if we were to switch out, or if I were to switch out Sanguinius not being... who did I say?
Slaanesh.
And he would be Khorne, then I feel like... then the Space Wolves, Leman Russ would probably be Nurgle because he's kind of grimy and nasty.
I could even see Khorne for Leman Russ with the ferocity.
For sure. But then Slaanesh would probably be like, who is a loyalist that's very like uptight? Probably Guilliman.
Yeah, but I don't see Guilliman indulging into all these pleasures.
No.
He's more like logic and facts, and that's kind of pretty different than the whole seduction, excess, falling into temptation that Slaanesh brings to the table.
Yeah, so I wonder who.
Yeah, it's very like when it comes to the traitors, I feel it's easier to see them become loyalists than the loyalists become traitor.
Well, yeah, because the traitors, they were loyalists at some point, right?
Right. Yeah. And like Magnus is a clear cut. He should be a loyalist because he fell to Chaos through kind of really bad.
Yeah,
like instances.
He's interesting because I get what you're saying that he should have been a loyalist, but then at the same time, the dude was red. Like he did not look, even when he was a loyalist, he did not look human.
So he was red, yeah. He was missing an eye, yeah. He had nipple horns, yeah. But at the same time, like his look, he was still trying to find the truth, trying to be all-knowing, trying to be all-powerful, trying to help the Emperor and his goals through the use of more than just his might and his knowledge, and that was magic, sorcery.
Yeah, but I feel like he screams chaos.
Looking at him, you would think chaos, but it'd be really cool to have somebody look the part of chaos, but still fighting for, loyalists, I guess, the Emperor's goal.
Yeah.
Which I think it'd be really interesting to have Conrad Kurz be a loyalist. Because you look at him, dude looks evil.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but at the same time, he hated his legion because they were all just murderers and a bunch of like criminals being made to Space Marines, and they were using tactics of like insane barbarism.
Yeah, he would be really cool because he would be a no bullshit type of person within the Imperium, of just like even to what you were saying, his legion, he hated his legion because they were criminals, and he would, if he was a loyalist, he would hate the Imperium because of the imperial religion.
Easily he would rule through fear.
Yeah.
The point of like, I'm not gonna step out of line because this guy's gonna get me.
Yeah.
He's the boogeyman in the shadows, but a good boogeyman.
Oh yeah.
Brush your teeth or else
kill you.
So yeah, like you were saying, we can go on and on with this.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's a good topic. It's fun to theorize.
But I think the one that would be the biggest change would be if the Chaos Gods were good and the Emperor was the bad guy.
Which could be happening now.
Mm-hmm. Boom, boom, boom.
Good question. Next one comes from Mr. Brightside473. If an Imperial citizen turns to heresy, but no one is around to see it, does it make a sound?
Yeah, it sounds like this.
Yeah, exactly like that. Mm-hmm. And the Emperor doesn't need to be around. He senses it. He's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Everywhere. He's everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah. Next question comes from Stormbox4286. What would the punishment be for a regular pleb human who worships the machine god over the Emperor? Nothing, because of the Treaty of Mars. So the Emperor basically told the Adeptus Mechanicus when the Unification War ended and like Terra was like under his control, he went to Mars and was like, you guys can keep worshipping the Omnissiah as long as you build me ships and you fund my Great Crusade.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like right now, anybody can worship the machine god. It's not the machine god, what is it called? The machine cult and the imperial cult are one and the same. In a weird way.
Yeah, it's interesting because like the Emperor 100% needed Mars and their technology. Without the union between the two, we would never have been to the point we are now in 40K.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because they needed ships, they needed armor, weapons, etc. Because compared to the armament and weapons of the Thunder Warriors, well, no, because even that was after the treaty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, we needed, or the Imperium needed Mars. Not we. We cannot divulge that we are part of the Imperium.
Yet.
Maybe we're the aliens. Maybe we're the alternate dimensional beings that have been visiting you guys in Tic Tacs.
I'm just waiting for the point where people start calling aliens and calls them Xenos.
Yeah.
That's when you know the 40K timeline is a future timeline.
For sure. Next question comes from Brent Thinkle3785. Do you think the old ones could repair the Great Rift, the Cicatrix Maledictum, and the galaxy caused by chaos?
So the Great Ones basically utilize the warp, so I would assume they'd be able to.
Yeah, to manipulate it some way. But then you have to remember that the old ones experienced the warp in a different way.
Yeah.
Back then, the warp was something that wasn't turbulent and chaotic. Now it is. So would they be able to? Maybe.
I guess you could say like the old ones back in the day were able to utilize the warp because to them it was like a lake, calm. They could pass through it, they could, fish in it, they could do whatever they want with this lake. But now in 40K era, this lake has become a typhoon, a tsunami, and now it's like they can't utilize the lake like how they used to because it's so turbulent, destructive.
Yeah, they have, what is it called? The undertows that sucks you in and you're never seen from again.
Yeah, that's why they needed the Necron technology to put obelisks and suture the warp.
And that's what's been happening with that one plot line that GW picked up and dropped off and never spoke about again.
Mm-hmm.
What is it with the
Imperium Nihilus?
Right, but there's a sector of space that the Necrons control called something.
Nexus. Pariah Nexus?
Yeah, Pariah Nexus. There you go. Yep.
They're like, next.
Yeah, they're assholes.
Brian BBBBB. Is there such a thing as a lesser wall? Not really, because whenever orcs get that type of might and ferocity and that many orcs in their war, I guess, their tribes, whatever, it's a greater wall.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like 3 lesser walls combined to make a greater wall.
Exactly. Next question comes from Bruce Corey 4900. Who would win in an all-out war? Humanity in the Golden Age or the Eldar in the Golden Age? Eldar, for sure.
Eldar, hands down. Yeah, humanity was pretty powerful during their Golden Age, technologically advanced, able to traverse the stars. They had AI, men of iron, to do all their dirty work. They were living pretty well. But this is like the baseline for the Golden Age of the Eldar. Like, the Eldar's height is so much higher than humanity's that they created a literal god.
Yeah.
Like, humanity wasn't even close to doing that.
Yeah, and then just the Eldar are just psychically gifted.
Exactly.
In a far more powerful way than humans are. Where humans, they don't know how to use the warp 100% of the time. Like, a Psyker is still dangerous to himself and to the people around him.
Right.
No Eldar is dangerous unless they want to be dangerous to themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like with the whole concept of the alien stuff, where humans use atomic energy to make bombs, explosive, uncontrollable, chaos, blah, blah, blah. And these aliens are probably using the same stuff in a way where they can manipulate it and travel through time and space in different ways.
Yeah.
Aliens are real, guys.
Non-human biologics are real.
And those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and talking to us, and we'll talk tomorrow.
That's right. As always, it's been the Sound Alchemist here with
Gershwan.
and we are out of here.
Always used to put my freedom first.